And I have, for some reason, completely forgotten my hotkeys. There we go. There's the hotkey to get that. So we're going to go ahead and go into this second game now. This is going to be on Derelict Watcher, I believe it was. I don't know. My brain is so fried right now that I can't even remember the name of the map. Spawning on the top right-hand side. He lost the first game. He's down 0-1 in this best-of-5 finals. He's going to be the blue Protoss player in the 1 o'clock position. It is going to be Impulse's ZergArmy. Spawning on the bottom left-hand side, he is going to be the purple Terran player. He seemed pretty darn dominant so far here. It is going to be the purple Terran. It is infBacon. Nom 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 nom. Only because I haven't made a bacon joke since the first time I casted one of his games here. Bacon in the first game did just kind of open up with a pretty typical Reaper expand. Was able to just kind of get a scout off. I mean, no real damage was done. The Stalker was out early enough to be able to defend against that. But really what the difference was the biomine drops. The mine did quite a bit of damage. I believe he cleared out about, give or take, 8 probes. And in the early game, that's a pretty big deal here. So Bacon going to take a quick 1-0 victory over ZergArmy. And, yeah, I don't know. Bacon, from what I've seen, has been a pretty freaking strong player. Both these players are grandmasters on their own servers here. It looks like looks like one of the admins is going to be leaving and another one coming back in here. Marine was the original admin, so hopefully that transition will be pretty seamless here. So I'm curious to see. It looks like Bacon probably going to be doing the same sort of expand style once again here. I would say maybe okay, I would say anyways maybe that the Reaper expand a little bit less good on this map. I mean, really the Reaper expand not meant to do that much damage. I mean, it's just kind of meant to poke out, see what they're doing, and then you can react accordingly to it. On this map, you cannot jump up these ridges right here. These are too tall of ridges. Can I get a better angle? Yeah. There we go. That's a little bit better angle. So on this map, you can't not jump up these ridges here. You have to come into the natural and then jump up the ridge in the natural expansion. That being said, no, I was wondering, it's going to actually be a factory, so he's going to be going either straight into Hellbat or straight into Widowmine. I was kind of wondering if he might be doing that there. So we'll have to see which one he does decide to go for. I'm always a big fan of the Widowmine. I think that players are starting to get a little bit more used to reacting to the Hellbat. And with the Widowmine, if you don't have detection, you're just in a lot of freaking trouble here. First unit coming out onto the map, I believe we had one Zealot out. Yeah, there he is. Zealot and Stalker going to be pushing out across the map. This is a very long rush distance out across this map. And if you did not notice, yes, you can blink over them. You can blink anywhere in this game pretty much. If you did not notice, this map is huge. Look how long it's taking the Zealot to even get out across the map, and there's a lot of very, very open areas. And in fact, it is going to be that biomine opening here, the Widowmine now in production here, as well as the starport, and doing all of this just off of one gas. The timing is actually very, very nice here. Bacon looking to do a little bit of damage in the early game, and this is why I don't know. This is why I'm not a huge fan of just the one gate expand. You really need something else on the map. I mean, Robo's obviously always great to be able to get that detection. A second gateway, not bad. There we go. Going to be getting the second gateway out on the map, but that's still not going to help deal with the fact that there's about to be an invisible unit on the field for Infinite Bacon. Actually, it's going to be going into a defensive mine on the ramp. And one of these units is about to have a bad day. And in fact, actually, I think ZergArmy knows of that placement there. And he can really kind of abuse this. And, oh, there's the Widowmine going to be able to kill off that Zealot. And that means that these Marines can run down the ramp and try to pick our way at the Stuck here. Widowmine running down the ramp as well. But transitioning over into Hellion, so it's actually going to be Hellion play here. Mothership Core actually going to get taken out as well. And that's going to make the defense just a little bit more difficult for ZergArmy. But a lot of time you'll actually see Protoss players lose that Mothership Core, quote-unquote, on purpose. I mean, I'm going to give it the quote. I'm just going to say they lose that, and it's not as big of a deal, because then you can just remacro it at home and have, 50 energy back on it as soon as it pops out here. That being said, oh my goodness, these Hellions are actually able to take out a Stalker right now. Hellions pushing out across the map. Guardian Shield being popped just to be able to try to do as much damage as possible, which is absolutely none, because guess what? There's a medevac on the map, and it just heals the bio units. Forward pylon going to be taken out. ZergArmy not really going to have any reinforcement capability. Going to be warping in a couple of Stalkers here, and immediately going to pick up into that medevac and just kind of fly back around. In fact, that medevac Ooh, actually, he's going to be going all the way around. He's going to get ready to do that drop play. And I don't know if I think ZergArmy saw him kind of turn tail and head north. So hopefully ZergArmy will be in position to defend against this. Not remacking that mothership core, which I think is a little bit of a mistake. That's a very, very good unit to have on the map, especially to be able to drop that photon overcharge. It looks like ZergArmy going to be pushing up the ramp once again. One Widowmine goes off, kills off that Zealot that was leading the charge, but in the meantime, one more Widowmine on the map. But this bunker very low on health already, trying to get a repair on that. And it is not going to be enough. That is going to fall down. And now infBacon looking to be in a little bit of trouble here. Here goes the drop into the main base of ZergArmy, though. The Hellions and only 2 Marines. But there's really nothing back here to defend. These Hellions could do quite a bit of damage with this probe line. 3 or 4 probes already falling down. In the meantime, Stalker's going to be able to take out the natural expansion of infBacon. And even more Stalkers being remackered over here. And now he's going to try to run all the way back home. But let me tell you guys, that is a long, long walk for ZergArmy. And he has lost almost every single probe that he has. Only 6 probes remain over here now, and these Hellions might be able to clean this up as well. This one Stalker not enough to deal with it. And ZergArmy going to GG out. infBacon taking a quick 2-0 victory over ZergArmy in this best of 5 series. ZergArmy needs to find some way to turn this around, and fast. infBacon just is looking so solid as a Terran player here. And even in the face of that aggression, when the Stalkers were pushing into his natural, he knew that he could always just fall back into his main base. That ramp was going to be extremely difficult for ZergArmy to break with just 5 Stalkers. You really need the Zealots to take the charge, but at the same time, he needed the warping capability back home to save his own main base.